Steph, over to you, my dear. You are live.
Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you for having me. Joby, thank you for having me. Alex, thank you for having me. So tonight we're going to be focusing on grounding. We're going to be doing a Hatha yoga class. The chakra related to this is the root chakra. The element is earth. So we're going to look to get out of our minds, back in our bodies, and really connect with the ground this evening. We're going to start with a breath. We're going to do sun salutation. Then we're going to move on to some deep stretching and finish up with a nice quiet meditation with a nice bit of music in the background. So we're just going to begin by connecting with our breath. So if you could bring your palms together, bring them to your chest. Inhale through your nose and out through your mouth. Now this is a time to go within. If you're in a seated position, make sure your spine is straight, your shoulders are open, and you're facing forward. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. You might want to take a bit of time here to set an intention, something to take through your yoga and then take with you through the rest of the week. There is an analogy, what goes on in your yoga mat tends to go on in your life. So if you just take a moment now, keep that breath going. Now, if you also want to visualize the color red at the base of your spine where your root chakra is. Okay, so if you just like to put your palms on your knees for me, stay in your seated position, shoulders rolled open, make sure your shoulders are stacked over your hips, toes facing forward, and place your hands on your knees. So the breath we're going to do is called the boxed breath. It's a great one for relaxation, de-stressing, and bringing yourself back to your body. So we're going to inhale for 4, hold for 4, and release for 4. So I'll count you through it. So if you want to start now, so we're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and release, 2, 3, 4. Inhale again, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, and release, 2, 3, 4. Inhale again, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, release. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, release, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and release, 2, 3, 4. Now do this at your own pace. Count in your heads for me. I want you to do another 5 more of these. Okay, you should be on your last breath now. You make this your last set. And when you've done that, just go back to your regular breathing. Take a moment to look inside, see how you feel. Remember your intention. Okay, let's go on with the stretching. So if you just want to walk your hands forward for me, stay in the same position, folding at the hips, forward, forward, cup them. And then on the inhale, as you exhale, bring your head down. Feel that stretch, open that back. Now, if you just want to walk it to the left, so walk your arms to the left. Feel that nice side stretch. And then walk it back to center and then to the right. Use your breath to bring your head a bit lower if you need to. Your breath will deepen all your stretches. And then walk back to center, walk it back slowly. So now I want you to put your left arm down by your side. Inhale your right arm up and then bring it across your body. You should feel a nice stretch down the lats. If you want to look up, you can look up. If you want to deepen that stretch. This class is for all levels, so we will give you further instructions if you'd like to take it deeper. Okay, back to center. Put your right arm down, inhale your left arm up and bring it across your body. And back to center. So now we're going to get into staff pose. For anybody that doesn't know staff pose, I'll tell you the alignments now. So if you put your feet out in front of you, toes pointed to the ceiling, always engaged. You want to just roll your shoulders back. Hands by your side, spine straight, and make sure everything is stacked. So all in alignment, your shoulders are over your hips. Okay, so now I want you to inhale, toes pointed forward. Exhale, toes pointing in. Not your whole foot, just your toes. Forward and back. Use your breath to bring it forward and back. We release a lot of tension and anger through our feet. A lot of toxins come out through our feet. Okay, and if you could spin the ankles clockwise, so rotate your ankles clockwise, using your breath still, keeping your spine straight. Make sure your knees aren't moving. If you want to hold here, that's absolutely fine. And then anti-clockwise. Okay, so now we're going to do the whole foot. So from the ankles, so you're going to inhale, point your toes forward. And on the exhale, bring it in towards you. So as far in towards you as you can. There's small muscles in this part of the leg which we don't tend to stretch. This is a good one for that. You might feel it along next to your shin. Forward and back. Lovely. So now you put your right foot on the ground, interlock your fingers behind the quads. So inhale, leg up, point to the ceiling. Exhale down. Make sure your left toes are pointed to the sky and they're engaged. Make sure your core is engaged and your back is straight. Stretch out that hamstring, knee joint moving. Okay, and switch legs. Interlock your fingers behind your quads. Inhale, leg up. Make sure your right toes are engaged. Lovely. And relax. Okay. So I want you to get your right ankle. I want you to put it on your left quadricep. Keep your left toes pointed to the ceiling and just bounce that knee. You can see me there. Just bounce that knee up and down. Make sure your left toes are still engaged. Okay. So now I want you to pick that leg up with your right hand, right ankle. Swing your arm around, put it in the crease of your elbow and hug towards your knee. Hug around your knee. You'll feel this up the backside and the hip flexors. The more you pull it in, the deeper you can get the stretch if you inhale. And hold. Try and keep your spine straight. And release. So we're going to do the same the other side. So if you get your left ankle, put it on your right quadricep, just bounce it up and down. Keep your right toes engaged, pointing to the sky. Lovely. So use your left hand, pick up your left ankle, inhale, put your left foot into the crease of your elbow, and then your other elbow, connect your fingers up. Sorry, this is my first Zoom class, so I don't know how much everybody can see, but this is the connection that you need to make. Toes pointed to the ceiling. And release, just shake it out. Take a moment here to remind yourself of your intention. Roll your shoulders back, open that chest. So I want you to inhale now. I want you to put your hand behind your back, like so. Grab your elbow and pull it across, and you should feel a nice stretch going all the way down your side. Release to the center, and then repeat on the other side. So left hand on your back, right hand on your left elbow. Pull it in. Lovely. Just going to warm up the wrists now. You put your wrists out in front of you, rotate them clockwise. And then anti-clockwise. Lovely. Now he's coming to a cross-legged position. We're going to go into first cat and cow. So if you want to roll forward, put your hands on the ground. So I want your knees hip width apart. I want your shoulders stacked over your elbow, which is stacked over your wrist. The eye of the elbow is facing. And just to make sure you've got your alignment right, make sure your middle finger is pointing forward. So you're going to inhale, head up, extend that spine. And on the exhale, you're going to bring the chin to the chest and the belly button to the spine. And breathe in, bring it in. And then head up, chest up, open that chest, extend that spine, and repeat. Two or three more of these at your pace. Lovely. So now we're going to thread the needle. So if you put your left hand in the middle of the mat, inhale your right arm up to the sky, look up to the sky, and then thread that through so you're laying on your shoulder. Okay, and then come back. We're going to repeat on the other side. So put your right hand in the middle of your mat, left arm up to the sky, and thread that needle through again. Should be a nice twist from the thoracic, hips facing forward. And then come back to your center. Put your big toes together, knees apart, extended child. Take a moment to relax here, connect with the earth. Put your hands out, all 5 fingers out, all points here, all 9 points on the ground. Picture the colour red. Go back to your root. Go back to your intention. We're here to release what doesn't serve us and bring in the new. Okay, so from here we're going to come into our first downward dog. So bring your knees together. I want you to push your hands into the ground, tuck your toes, and then push your bum into the air. I want you to pedal your legs to stretch up those hamstrings, pedal those up and down. Okay, so we're going to inhale in and we're going to bring our knees to our nose and our nose to our knees. If you find it a bit easier, you can turn your hands out, maybe hold the side of your mat. If you want to keep your hands where they are, that's absolutely fine. So bring it in and hold. And relax. Back into your downward dog. Take a moment here, maybe stretch out your back. Put your soles of your feet on the floor. Push your nose towards your knees. Really stretch out that back. And relax. You just want to walk to your front of your mat now. Slowly rise up, stacking each vertebrae. Open those shoulders, feet hip width apart. Tall mountain, palms facing forward. And take a moment here. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of rounds of sun salutation. Get the energy moving, get it released. So inhale, bring your palms together. So we're going to have feet hip width apart on the sun salutation on the first round. Inhale, arms up. So you feel a bend, slight bend. And then fold at the hips, folding down. Hands either side of the foot. So you're going to bring your right leg back into a lunge. Drop that knee, untuck those toes. Head up, chest up, feel that stretch. Tuck those toes back in, bring your left foot back. So you're in a plank position. So you can either drop your knees here and come down into a cobra, or you can chaturanga, which is where you lower yourself down, keep your elbows in, and you come into an upward dog, like so. You make your choice on which one you'd like to do. And then bring it back into a nice downward dog again. So you're going to inhale, bring your right leg between your wrists, drop your knee, untuck your toes, open that chest. Tuck your toes in, bring your left foot forward. We come to a halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, fold. So we're going to do our left leg now. So inhale, left leg back, drop that knee, untuck those toes, head up, chest up, feel that groin stretch. Tuck those toes, bring your right leg back. Chaturanga, or drop your knees, lower down into an upward dog. Look up. And then bring it back in to a downward dog. So you're going to bring your left leg forward now. Drop that knee, untuck those toes. Feel that groin stretch. Tuck your right toes, bring it forward. Inhale all the way up into a little bend, and then bring your palms to your chest. Take a moment here. We're going to repeat that. It's quite warm, so do it at your pace. You can either have your feet hip width apart if you want to make it a little bit tougher this time. Bring your feet together, and obviously if you want to make it tougher, do chaturanga. Okay, so inhale, arms up, back bend. Fold at the hips, fold, fold, fold. Things on the ground. Bring your toes back, right foot, leg back. Drop that knee, untuck those toes. Head up, chest open. Tuck your right toes. Bring your left leg back. Plank position. Drop lower yourself down, chaturanga. Upward dog. And then bring it back to a downward dog. Inhale your right leg forward. Drop that knee, untuck those toes, head up, chest up. Tuck your left toes in, bring it in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold again. We'll do the left side. So bring your left leg back, drop your knee, untuck those toes, head up, chest up. Tuck your toes, come back to a plank. Chaturanga. Into an upward dog, and then bring it back in to your downward dog. Move head of your legs a little bit. Okay, inhale, left leg forward, drop that knee, untuck those toes, head up, chest up, tuck your toes in, bring it in. Inhale all the way up, and then bring your palms together. So I just want you to stand with your feet hip width apart, hands forward. Remind yourself of your intention. Should have the energy flowing now. Really feel that connection with the earth. Feel those roots going through your feet, through the 7 layers of the earth, wrapping itself around the core and keeping you grounded, stable, and in your body. Okay, guys, if you'd like to come down to an easy pose now, you want to just take a moment here, toes facing forward. Just pop your hands on your knees, just shut your eyes for a moment. Okay, so we're going to come into a wide-legged child's pose. So if you just roll forward, big toes together again, widen those knees, we're going to get a deeper stretch, and then walk your hands forward. Okay, just walk your hands back, bring your knees together, come up to tabletop. So I want you to bring your right leg in between your hands. We're going to come into a low lunge now. So we've got a couple of options here. You can either stay here where you are, bring your palms together. You can rest one hand on your knee. If you want to stay here, that's fine. If you're feeling more advanced, you can grab your back foot and make sure you're pushing outwards. So pushing those toes away from you. Engage that core, tailbone to the ground, whichever pose you feel most comfortable in. Absolutely fine to go to your prayer. You're still going to get the benefits of the pose. Okay, release that back leg. We're going to come into a halfway split. So you're just going to slide that foot forward. Now you can either stay here or you can bring it a bit deeper and walk your hands forward. If you're feeling really brave, inhale and drop your head down to your knee. You can just fold it. If you're here, that's absolutely fine. If you can fold, then fold. Feel that stretch all out the hamstring. Lovely. So when you come out of a pose, come out slowly. So bring your hips forward, slide your foot back, and then bring it back into your tabletop. So we're now going to do the other side. So bring your foot forward into your lunge again. Okay. So if you want to rest your arm here, that's absolutely fine. If you want to stay in a prayer position, that's fine. If you want to take it a bit deeper, grab your foot, right hand, right leg, and then push back. So you get a nice quadricep stretch here. Engage your core, make sure your tailbone's pointing down and your chest is open. Okay, and release. Put your hands down. We're going to come into a halfway split again. If you want to slide your foot forward, hands here is fine. Here is fine. If you can get a bit further, then great. Inhale and bring your head down. Okay, bring it in slowly. So bring your hips forward. Slowly bring your leg back. Come back into your tabletop. You're going to push your hands into the ground. Come up to your downward dog. Pedal that out. Take a moment here. Remind yourself of your intention. Connect with the ground. Try and get your heels to the ground. Push into the ground and feel the earth. Feel yourself connect. Connecting with your body. Feel that root chakra activating. And the energy flowing through from the base of your spine right through your crown. So the next pose we're going to do is the garland pose. So if you'd like to just walk your feet forward, you come into a squat position. So you're going to have your heels hip width a foot apart. You come down. So if I do it in front of the camera, come down like so. Now if you need a block or you want to put anything underneath you, you're more than welcome. Okay, so toes pointing out at a 45-degree angle, palms together, like so. Okay, just place your hands on the mat, come up slowly, shuffle your feet back in. We're just going to stay here in a forward fold. You want to grab each elbow and maybe ragdoll across side to side. You want to just dangle your hands, that's absolutely fine. Just feel a release. Okay, from here we're going to go into a warrior two now. So you're going to inhale, you're going to put your right leg back, a 90-degree angle pointing out this way. Propel your arms up, and then I want your hips facing outward, your arms below your shoulders, not above. Knee at a right angle, make sure your knee isn't going over your toes. Face forward, 60% on your back foot, 40% on the front foot. Make sure your hips aren't folding in, they should be open, and face forward. If you're finding this is a little bit difficult, you can bring your foot in at maybe more than a 45-degree angle. Otherwise, keep it where it is. You want to make it a bit harder for yourself, intensify the stretch, widen your stance. But make sure you've still got 60% on the back and your tailbone and your core are engaged. Okay, now if you'd like to rest your left arm on your left knee, inhale, bring your right arm over your body. Make sure you're not folding in, this is a side stretch. If you want to take this a bit deeper, you can put both arms out. Okay, and then put your arm back on there. And come into a reverse warrior. So you're going to run your right hand down your right leg. Inhale, bring your arm back and over. Make sure you still have the bend in your knee and look up. Lovely. And come back to your lunge. Okay, so from here, we'll come back to a downward dog. Okay, bring your right leg forward. Turn your left foot out. Inhale up into your warrior two, facing forward. Your arms are above your shoulders, you'll find it more uncomfortable. Keep them in line, too much compression on the neck, and make sure you're facing forward. Okay, if you'd like to rest your right arm on your right leg, bring that arm over, intense side stretch. You want to take it a bit deeper, bring both arms up. Okay, and then bring it back into your reverse warrior. Okay, come back in to the lunge position. Bring your foot out again. Your downward dog. Drop those knees. And then come back to extended child's pose. Take a moment here to relax. Remind yourself of your intention. Thank yourself for being here. Okay. Inhale, come up again to your downward dog. So we're going to do a three-legged dog, and then we're going to come into the lizard pose. So three-legged dog, you inhale, bring your right leg up, point your toes to the ceiling. Take a couple of breaths here. Feel that connection with the earth. Really push down. Feel those roots. And then bring your right leg to the outer part of your right hand. Drop that knee. Untuck those toes. And feel that stretch. If you want to come onto the outer part of your foot, you're welcome to get that stretch deeper. If you want to bring your arms down and then your forearms, you're welcome to do that too. But here is absolutely fine. You should feel this in your groin. We hold a lot of emotion in our hips, so it's a great emotional release, working with the hips as we connect to the ground. Okay, and back up to your hands, tuck your left toes, bring your right leg back to another downward dog. This time we're going to go with our right leg again to pigeon. So inhale, right leg up. And then this time we're going to bring it through between our wrists, between our hands. So bring it through. And you're going to sit, untuck those toes. Make sure your core is engaged. Head up, open that chest. Make sure you're not flopping onto your bum. Hold yourself, needs be. Hips facing forward. You want to fold over, walk your hands forward and bring your head to the mat. You feel out the hip flexors, the glutes, groin, quads, the great leg stretch, hip stretch. Okay. Walk your hands back for me. So you're going to push into the ground, tuck your left toes, and then bring it back into a downward dog again. Pedal those legs. So now we're going to repeat on the other side. So inhale, point your left leg to the ceiling into a three-legged dog. Point those toes to the sky. A couple of breaths here. And then we're going to bring our leg to the outside of our left hand. Right, so drop your right knee, untuck those toes. You're going to bring your hands down, bring your arms down. Just deep groin stretch, deep hip stretch. You might find one side is tighter than the other, that's very normal. Okay, come back up onto your hands, tuck those right toes, bring the left leg back into another downward dog, pedal those feet. So now we're going to go to the half pigeon again. So you're going to inhale your left leg up, point it to the sky, into your three-legged dog. Bring it up, inhale, keep breathing. Use your breath to get your stretches a bit deeper. If it's uncomfortable, breathe into it. Now bring that left knee through, place it between your hands, untuck your right toes, open that chest, engage your core, and make sure your tailbone is pointing to the ground. Really activate that root. And feel that stability. You want to fold over, hold, put your hands forward, head to the mat. Just make sure you're not flopping back onto your bum, but you're using your hips and your knees. Should only be on your legs and your arms. Okay, walk it back in for me. Push into the ground, tuck your right toes, come back into your downward dog. And I want you to drop those knees, big toes together, knees apart, bring it in. Extended child's pose. Take a moment here to relax. Remind yourself your intention, connecting with the earth. Okay, so we want to come on to lying in your front position. we're going to do a locust. If you lay on your front for me, untuck those toes, put your hands outside of you, either side of your head. So we're just going to inhale and we're going to come up just from the front part of our bodies, just on the thoracic. So we'll do 3 of these. So inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. And 1 more. Inhale up, exhale down. Now if you want to put your hands down by your side, palms facing down. I'm going to do it again. Put the arms down. So inhale, head up, chest up. From the thoracic, on the ribs, and back down again. We'll do that 1 more time. Inhale, head up, and relax. So we're just going to do it with our feet down and our knees. So bring your knees off the ground. Inhale up. Exhale down. And again, inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more. Inhale up. Up as high as you can go. And back down again. So now we're going to engage everything. And we're going to bring our hands off the ground. You should just find you pushing in from your abdomen into the ground. So inhale, arms up and feet up. Into the locust, head up, chest up. Should be balancing on your core and your hips. Everything else should be off the ground. Couple more breaths here. And relax. So put your arms out in front of you and just lay with your head on your hands. Just take a moment. Okay. Do you want to come back into child's pose now? Just decompress that lower back. Look at any tension on the pose. Counter. Okay. If you'd like to come up, cross your legs, come and sit down. Bring your feet out in front of you into staff pose. So we're going to do a forward fold here. So you're going to inhale your arms up, folding at the hips and coming down to wherever you can reach. Now, if that's here, that's fine. If it's here, if you can interlock your fingers behind your feet, great. If you can put your hands over your feet, also great. So you're going to inhale and fold. You can have your head up if that's more comfortable. If you want to take it deeper, use the inhale and drop your head towards your knees. Every time you inhale, your stretch will get a bit deeper. So use your breath to deepen your stretch. Okay, and release. Come up slowly. Bring your arms up slowly. And then bring them down to the side. Okay. So now I want you to bring your right leg up. Get your ankle and bring it behind you. If you want to put anything under your knee, if you find you have knee difficulties, put a towel or something soft under your knee. So we're going to fold, just one-legged fold. So you're going to inhale your arms up. Exhale over. If you just want to walk to here, that's absolutely fine. Take it to your depth, your level. Very intense hamstring stretch. So if you want to be here, that's absolutely fine. If you want to have your knees slightly bent, that's also fine if it's uncomfortable. And release. Come back up slowly. Bring your leg back round. So now we're going to do the other leg. So if you get your ankle, swing that round behind you. Inhale your arms up. Use your breath to get that stretch deep. And fold. Okay, slowly bring it in. Bring your leg back around. Just take a moment here, open your shoulders, make sure your spine is straight. So we're just going to do half Lord of the Fishes. It's a great one for digestion, for your abdomen. We hold a lot of emotion in our gut. We make a lot of decisions based on our gut. So the clearer it is, the clearer our mind will be. So if you bring your right leg up, inhale, and you bring your left arm to hug your knee. So you're going to twist from the thoracic. If you want to pull that in, that's absolutely fine. Bring your right hand, place it behind you. And you can either face forward or you can look behind, depending on how deep you'd like to make the stretch. Make sure your left toes are engaged and they're pointing to the ceiling, and look behind. Anybody would like to take this stretch a little bit deeper? We'll go for full Lord of the Fishes. You're going to inhale your right arm up. Anybody who wants to stay where they are, stay where you are. Swing your right arm around to here. Inhale, bring your left arm to meet. So you should look something like this behind. And then look behind you. If that's a bit intense, just stay where you are. And release. Place that leg back down. We're going to do the same the other side. So if you'd like to stick to the original pose, inhale your right arm up, hug your left knee, and then place your left hand behind you and look behind. Point your toes to the sky, your right toes, make sure everything's engaged. If you'd like to take this one deeper as well, inhale your left arm up, swing it around your left knee, inhale your right arm to connect, and then hold your hand or your wrist, depending on how deep you get the stretch, and then look behind you. And release for me. Right, if you just want to shake it out now, come lay on your back for me. Keep your knees pointed to the sky, feet on the ground. Take a moment to feel the ground beneath you. Imagine those roots still strong, connecting with the earth. Remind yourself of your intention. So we're going to do the half bridge pose here. So I'd just like to do a couple of hip thrusts. So inhale, bring those hips up to the sky, and then down. And repeat, make sure all 5 points of your feet are on the ground and your hands are down. Okay, and one more. And release. So this time we're going to hold. If you want to interlock your hands behind your back, bring your shoulder blades together. So inhale, you can walk them in, interlock your fingers underneath, and hold the bridge like so. bridge. If you want to have your hands here, either side, that's absolutely fine. Bring your shoulder blades together, really open that chest. Make sure you bring your knees together. If you've got a block, put that between your knees. It should be outward. Should bring them in, hip width apart. Really bring those hips to the sky. Enjoy the pose. Engaging that root chakra. And release. If you like, just bring your knees up to your chest and hug your knees. Maybe roll side to side, decompress anything maybe in your lower back. If you'd like to just bring one knee up, drop your left leg, bring your right knee in. If you want to bring your head to your knee, feel that stretch. Feel it in the hips, hip flexors. And then change your left leg. Right, we're going to do a twist to decompress anything left in our lower back. So I want you to bring your right leg up, foot to the floor. So you're going to use your left hand onto your right knee. You're going to inhale and bring your left knee across your body, keeping your shoulders on the ground. So if you find your knees in the air, you can put a block. You put your right arm out and look to your right. So left knee, right knee across the body and look to the right. Try and keep your shoulders as much to the ground as you can. Connect with the earth. A nice deep stretch in your lower spine, lower back. If you're someone that works in an office a lot, this will feel very nice. Or anybody that does a lot of sport, you can always decompress our lower back. Okay, bring that one back in. We're going to switch sides. So bring your left leg up, put your right hand on your left knee, bring it across your body. Make sure your left arm is pointing out and you're looking towards the left. Try and keep your shoulders to the ground as much as possible. Okay, if you just like to bring your knees in again, iron out anything that's uncomfortable. If you maybe want to go into happy baby, put your feet up, point them to the sky, grab the insoles of your foot, the inner part, and just rock side to side, pushing those knees to the ground, and just releasing anything left that you feel you'd like to go. Okay. And then bring it in slowly. We're going to go to Shavasana now. Joby, if you could play that song for me. We're going to go to a nice meditation. So if you want to go inward, palms to the ceiling, straight back, lower back touching the ground, and just relax. Maybe repeat some affirmations in your head. I'm grounded, I'm centered, I'm safe, I have everything I need. I release fear, worry, anxiety. Okay, if you'd like to start rolling over to your side, just roll over and rest here for a moment. Going to come up nice and slowly. Use your left hand. Come up to your seated position. Open that chest. Bring your palms together for me. Hopefully you should be feeling a little bit more centered. Okay, so we're just going to chant Lam, which is for the root chakra, to activate the root chakra. So it's a bit like Om, and you should feel the vibration in your lower spine. So you're going to take an inhale in. We're going to do it 3 times. Lam. And again, inhale. Lam. And one more, inhale. Picture the colour red. Lam. Bring your chin to your chest. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you. Just a side note, everybody, this was our first Zoom class. So if you have any feedback, we'd really appreciate it. Any sort of angles, anything you would like me to add. If the instructions are clear enough in regards to levels and how you found it. If you'd like maybe simpler poses or more advanced, please let us know. And we can work with you through the coming weeks. So hopefully you enjoy some more with me. Thank you.